Have you ever wondered what really makes a truly good person? It's a fascinating question, and the answer starts way, way earlier than you might think, with the very first sparks in a child's brain. Today, we're going to trace that journey from the inside out to see how a great human is built. So, what does it take to build a great human? It's definitely not about wealth or status. The real answer lies in a three-part journey. First, building a strong foundation in the brain. Second, understanding the incredible influence of a parent's role. And finally, nurturing the habits that lead to a truly good heart. So let's start right at the beginning. All right, part one, the foundation. We are talking about the most complex and incredible structure in the known universe, a child's brain. This is the bedrock upon which a person's entire life is built. And it turns out there's a very specific window of time when that foundation gets laid. Yep, that's the magic window between the ages of 3 and 9. Experts call this the golden time for brain development for a reason. During this period, a child's mind is like a super sponge, just soaking up information and forming connections that will literally shape the rest of their lives. Now, the part of the brain driving this incredible growth is the prefrontal cortex. The easiest way to think about it is as the brain's CEO. It's responsible for all the big stuff, complex thought, decision-making, memory, and during this golden age, that CEO is on a massive hiring spree, building its team and expanding its headquarters. A strong CEO in childhood leads to a high-performing adult. It's that simple. So how do you fuel this powerhouse? Well, it all starts with what's on the plate. Zinc is like the brain's construction crew, helping neurons branch out and talk to each other. Vitamin D, that's the foreman, making sure those connections are strong. And healthy fats from things like sunflower, pumpkin, and chia seeds, these are the literal building blocks. I mean, the brain is 60% fat. You can't skip them. But it's not just about food, right? We can also actively stimulate the brain through play. Storytelling is huge for expanding vocabulary and teaching valuable lessons. Building with blocks develops critical problem-solving skills. And maybe most importantly, encouraging questions fuels a lifelong love of learning. A curious mind is always a growing mind. A well-fed, stimulated brain is a fantastic start, but it's really only half the story. The emotional environment a child grows up in is just as important. A parent's role isn't just to provide, it's to shape the very heart of their child. You know, we so often confuse giving presents with our actual presence. A new toy might bring a moment of joy, sure, but it can never, ever replace the feeling of being truly seen and heard. Just 10 minutes of focused, phone-down, uninterrupted attention can make a child feel more loved and valued than any gift ever could. There's this old misconception that affection can spoil a child. The truth is, warmth, praise, and a simple hug are like oxygen for a child's developing confidence. It doesn't make them weak, it makes them strong, secure, and resilient. Think about the words you heard as a child. Chances are, you can still remember them today, can't you? That's because a parent's words, especially a father's, have the power to leave a lasting mark on a child's heart. They can be a source of strength and encouragement, or they can be a scar of criticism. Creating a sense of emotional safety is just crucial, and it's built on a few key pillars. First, kids learn by example, so you have to model the behavior you want to see. Second, guide them, but don't try to control their dreams. Let them find their own path. Third, this is a big one, never insult your partner in front of them. And finally, celebrate their progress by comparing them to who they were yesterday, not to other kids. So what happens when you combine a strong brain foundation with a nurturing emotional environment? You get a person with a set of habits that make them not just successful, but truly and genuinely loved. Let's explore what those habits actually are. We live in a world where pretty much everyone is just waiting for their turn to speak, but a truly good person knows how to listen. I don't mean they just wait for a pause in the conversation to jump in. I mean they listen to understand, to connect, and to make the other person feel truly heard. You can tell a lot about a person by how they treat those who can do nothing for them. It's easy to be kind to a boss or a client, but true character is revealed in how we treat the waiter, the cleaner, or the stranger on the street. You know, honesty is a double-edged sword. If you use it with kindness, it can heal and build. But without kindness, it's just a weapon. A truly good person knows how to speak the truth in a way that is both honest and compassionate. Gratitude is so much more than a feeling. It's a mindset. And it's contagious. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, it creates this sense of inner peace that just radiates outward, making us more enjoyable to be around. It's a simple shift that can have a profound impact. We've all been there. You're going through a tough time, and a well-meaning friend tries to fix your problems. But sometimes the most helpful thing someone can do is simply be there, to sit with you in your pain and say, "I'm here for you." That's empathy in action, and it's a hallmark of a truly good person. Consistency and humility. These two traits are the dynamic duo of trustworthiness. A consistent person is reliable, no matter their mood or the situation. And a humble person is approachable because they don't see themselves as better than anyone else. Together, they create a sense of safety and security that is the foundation of any healthy relationship. So, what does this all mean? It means that being a good person isn't about being soft or weak. It's about having the emotional strength and self-control to choose kindness, to practice gratitude, and to truly listen to others. It's the culmination of that whole journey that starts in the brain and ends in the heart. In a world that often values wealth, fame, and beauty above all else, let's not forget what truly matters: a good heart and good manners. It's a simple recipe, but it really is the foundation of a life well lived. So what's one small thing you can do today to build a better you?